right now I'm going to show you how we connect the different size meters. So you got 4 bays, we can test 4 meters at once. For the large flange style meters, we've got this adapter which we've already hooked up. Basically it just replaces the spool piece here, comes down, has these 2 yokes that go into the flanges on the larger 1.5 and 2 meters. It's very important to make sure when you hook this up that the connector on the yoke is centered on the flanges. If you don't, then when you turn it on, water's going to go in. These are set up for 1 meters, so we're also at the same time going to plug this a 3/4 meter. If you look down here, there are several different size adapters, so you got to make sure you get the right size adapters. So right now what I've got is a 1 to 3/4 screw-in adapter. I'll screw that in on this side. Okay, so what I actually have here is a 5/8 chamber adapter. I need a 3/4. So make sure you get a gasket on it. Your own gasket is here. So got this adapter in. You just want to make sure that that's going to fit up against it correctly. Pull this out and make sure it's going to make a connection. You may not have enough, in which case we'll have to put another adapter in. It's going to kind of, you got to play with it essentially until it fits. This adapter is not long enough. Once you got the size, make sure the meter's in correct. The water flow is going to be this direction. So you want to make sure that you got this meter in correct, which it's in, and this meter. Obviously, if you don't, it's going to roll backwards. Tighten it up, not so tight that you break the meter, tight enough that we're not going to leak water on it. Okay. So you got the meters you're testing in there. The next thing you want to do is come over here, turn the air system on. There's still a lever back here. That air system is going to control the valve assemblies over here, so it's important to turn that on. The next thing you want to do is you have these air test ports. I'm going to open these up slightly. Open them up a little bit. You're going to slowly turn on the water. And the reason we do this is the service line is a couple hundred feet long. You turn it on and air is in the line. When it goes into this flow meter here, air bubbles will hit this and it can break the glass. So turn this on slowly. So right now it's on. We're not getting any water yet, so we got a lot of air in the system. So we'll just kind of run this until we get 30 seconds or so of solid water. And then also you notice we sprung a leak on this, so tighten this up. We're still leaking here, so at this point we'll go ahead and turn this back off and we will tighten this up until it's not leaking anymore. So like I was saying, we check this, we check both these connections, no leaks. Check the connections on the meters. We got a slight leak here, so we want to tighten this up. Looks good. Looks good. So you notice you got these test ports open. Looks like water's coming out of them. Go ahead and turn this on a little more. And then working from left to right, we'll turn the test ports off. We'll let this flow a little bit longer to make sure we purge all the air out of the system. Okay, so we got all the air out of the system, so now we will turn this off. Check your pressure. About 74 over here. Same over here. All that's telling you basically is the pressure is equalized, so we have a little drip of a leak. It's not a major deal. That up. We'll go ahead and open this valve all the way so you'll have maximum flow while you test. Okay. The next thing you want to do, here's the power head that controls the valve assembly. The box down here, turn this all the way to the right. That lights up, that lets you know that we're on. Okay. Make sure that your hose is over the large tank. This is the high flow tank, high flow test. So all I'm going to do is we're going to hit this. Make sure that our float is set correctly. So go ahead and leave the floor drain open. Hit the high flow test. plus or minus 32 gallons per minute. That's what we're at. We're good. So we're going to hit this and stop it now. Okay. So look in here. Once this tank is completely empty, we will turn the drain off, and then we're ready to start the test. Okay, now that we've got all the air purged and we've got the system set up, we go to the actual meter test form. So this form right here, it's pretty simple. You put your name, the date, the meter brand. Almost everything we have is Neptune. We do have some brands, so go ahead and put the brand and the size. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the high flow test first. So you write the meter read down. This meter read is pulled off of this 2-inch meter here, and then we also have an identical test sheet filled out with the information for the other meters over there. So write down your start reads, get everything set. Do one quick pass through. You got air on, water on, all your valves are closed, we got no leaks, so we're ready to start the test. So make sure your drain is closed, your spigot is over the correct tank. For the high flow, we're going to do the 100-gallon tank. We've already checked to make sure we're at the correct flow rate. Next thing we do is we hit this to high, and then we wait for the test to stop. When 100 gallons is ready to hit this tank, this solenoid, it'll send a beam, it'll hit the water, it'll turn off on itself. So 32 gallons a minute, we got about 3 minutes to kill. Okay, so as you see the water stop, the high flow test is done. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open the drain slowly. If you open it too fast, it's going to actually overflow this standpipe and make a huge mess. So you go ahead and open that, and then while that's draining, you'll get your test sheet, and we're going to go ahead and get the reading it is now, and then we'll put that on the sheet, and then we'll compare it. So we know 100 gallons went through the test, so we'll take however many gallons went through that. That's our percentage. And then once we're done with that, you see Aaron's getting the read right now. Once he's done with that, we'll switch gears and go to the low flow test. Okay, so now that the high flow test is done and we've got our reads, now we're going to switch the spigot over to the small tank. Make sure that the drain is open, and what we're going to do is this is the low flow side, so we're going to hit this. Do the same thing, we're going to check our gallons per minute. Ideally for low flow you want it to be between 3/4 and 1. So we'll hit this. We're right at 3/4, that's good. So we're going to go ahead and stop the test. We'll let this empty out. This one's a little harder, you got to kind of sneak around the side of it here to make sure that it's empty. But usually the easiest thing to do is once this tank's empty, you can close this, just give it a couple minutes. While it's draining, we'll go ahead and get the read on this, because since we purged it, we've got a couple more gallons have gone through, so we can't just reuse the read. But we'll go ahead and get the reads on that, and then we'll close the drain valve and go ahead and start the low flow test. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and close this valve. Valve is closed. We're still set up over there. Aaron's already got the reads for the test, so we're going to go ahead and push this over into the low flow. It's going to start up. It's a 10-gallon test, 3/4 of a gallon a minute, so it's about a 14-minute test. So it's going. Now we wait 14 minutes and get our results. Test is done. It'll be essentially the same process as when the high flow test, with just a few extra things. The first one is go ahead and drain the low flow test. We've already got the reads off of this for our test, but the next thing you do is you go ahead and take your readings, put it down in your form so we can do the math. You want to make sure this is drained. You want to come over here, turn the water off. So after you turn the water off, you'll bleed the pressure with this big valve. You'll bleed the pressure out of this manifold. If you don't, if you go to take one of these off and it's pressured up, you'll get an explosion of water. So make sure you open this, read your pressure gauges. Once they drop out to 0, you're good to go ahead and disassemble everything. Once it drops to 0, you're going to go ahead and make sure you turn the power unit off. The display is not lit up. Turn off your air system, and you're good to go. We'll disconnect the meters. After you disconnect the meters, there's a tarp. It's rolled up over there. We'll go ahead and cover this up so dirt and dust doesn't get on it, and then you'll just be ready for the next time we have to do a flow test. So that's the basic process. After that, you do the math. You turn the results back into the office. If it failed, we'll go ahead and replace the meter. If it passed, we'll just pass that along to the